Hello everybody, today I'm going to talk about why the 360 is better than the PS3. But I might as well start the video with two things. First off, I've owned both of these for a while. I've owned the PS3 since 2011 and the 360 since 2008. But now I'm going to talk about the reasons why, the things the PS3 can do better than the 360. The first thing is the online. The online on the PS3 is free. The 360's isn't. Of course, the PS4 online is going to be paid for. And second, the discs were better on the PS3. They were more durable, unlike the 360, where, games where they just get scratched all the time. Like this copy of Halo Reach. It still plays fine, but it's got some scratches on it, especially some big ones. But now, I'm going to talk about one more thing. The PS3 also had easier expandable hard drives. You could just put any hard drive in, while the 360 you could only use hard drives, which were basically in a special caddy with special formatting. But anyways, let me just talk about why the 360 was better. First reason, the controller. The controller was better. It's got a better layout. Sticks are in a better place, but it also has headset jacks, so you can plug any headset in. It's got batteries, but they do sell, there are companies that sell rechargeable add-ons, and if you're not cheap, you can use these magical things called rechargeable batteries, and you can get rechargeable batteries that charge up real fast. And of course, you've got the usual stuff. But in the triggers, these triggers are awesome, especially for driving games and games where you have to drive. You just push it all the way. PS3's got these wimpy triggers. Did I mention the first-person shooters use triggers on the 360 where I have to remap them on the PS3? Because most of them just use buttons, these two buttons, which is a little unnatural. And you've got the controllers cost more on the PS3 too, because especially because there was no wired one. Wireless controllers on both cost an arm and a leg, and of course, you've got the fact that these batteries are sealed, so when your battery dies, you gotta get a new controller or replace it yourself by ripping the whole controller apart. Let me talk about another thing. The external power bricks. Now, people were complaining about these because they took up space, even though it was in a space you never see, but here's a reason why they're better. When they fail, like say you have a power storm or something causes your power supply to go out early, you can just swap them. On a PS3, if your power supply goes out, disassembly is required, and you have to replace the whole power supply, which is internal, and this you just have to replace a brick. Easy. The 360 also has some other advantages, including better multi-platform games. The multi-platform games on the 360 normally had better versions. If there's a game on the 360 and the PS3, chances are it was better on the 360. And that was true with nearly many games. Some of them more extreme than others. But, and another thing I thought I'd mention was the online mode. Another reason 360 multi-platforms for better games were better was because of the online mode. Xbox Live, sure you paid $10 a month, but you got party chat, you got online connectivity framework that never went down. PSN has been down before, and it goes down for days, while Steam goes down sometimes several times a day even. I'm not even kidding. Just take a look at Steam community now, or if you log into a Steam game, it'll say Steam is offline mode just because it couldn't connect to Steam community. Steam does that a lot. PS3 does that a lot. Xbox Live barely goes down. And no, I'm not talking about that one irrelevant outage. I'm talking about in regular use. At Sony's done some stupid stuff too. I mean, people talk about Microsoft has the day one online, all the online stuff which has been patched out, and of course people talk about how, it's got a camera that spies on you. Let's take a look at the Vita and of course the PlayStation Eye and the Wii U. Camera. And now, here's one of the bad parts about the Vita. Not only do I have to charge it with either an official power brick or a PS3, which is why it's on here, because it literally died, but these expensive memory cards. The one advantage a 3DS has over the Vita is these. Memory cards cost a ton on the Vita. Sure, they might be faster, but they cost a boatload, while with SD cards, even the fast SD cards are cheaper than a Vita memory card. And of course, then I mentioned that another thing is that the backwards compatibility, sure, the 360s might be like buggy and stuff, but better than the PS3s, where the only backwards compatibility is through digital games. Let's not forget that you have to use a wireless controller for backwards compatibility. If you have a wired controller, it won't work, because the USB ports will act like the PS2s. So in other words, that wireless controller won't work. And another thing I thought I'd bring up about the 360. The 360s also got this thing called exclusives. Sure, it might not have as many exclusives, but it's got a few, either console exclusive like 360 and PC only, or just flat out 360 exclusive. I mean, there are many good games where you can't find them on the PS3, and if you had to get one console, you'd get them on the 360. While with the PS3, its exclusives are meh stuff. Like PS3's got more meh exclusives than the 360. Like, it's got The Last of Us, where if it were on the 360, everybody would be ripping on it, calling it a QTE game. You've got Hyperdimension Neptunia, a game which is so bad. Let's just say I wouldn't even buy it for laughs, because I don't want every GameStop employee in the country thinking I'm nuts. And other games from the same publisher developer compile Heart-like Record of Agorestor, which is also on 360, funny enough, and Mugen Souls. And there's also other games such as, well, you've got more JRPGs on here that are mediocrity, because JRPGs aren't that good now, and of course, there just isn't that many exclusives that you can't find on other systems on the PS3. And most exclusives aren't even that good anyway, and let's not forget that there's no cross-game party chat on the PS3. You can do that on the 360 though. And another thing I thought I'd mention is that the 360 has more video outputs. You can, if you have an older one, you can plug in optical VGA, optical audio VGA component. PS3 HDMI stuck with HDCP, which means you can't hook it up to your expensive capture card. This, you can hook it up to your expensive capture card and play your video games on it. The only time HDCP is used is when you're watching, say, Netflix, but it's on all the time on the PS3. PS4, maybe the same. Sony hasn't confirmed anything at this time of upload, but I wouldn't put it past Sony to turn it on for all things, considering all the other stuff Sony's done, such as the BMG rootkit, the other OS drama, the memory cards, and that stuff with the Vita and PSP. And of course, let's not forget the other stuff. I mean, let's just face it. All companies, if you're gonna, like, let's just face it. People are saying that the Kinect is gonna spy on you, but there's cameras in everything now. But in the end, I thought I might as well throw this out there. I'm gonna get an Xbox One probably as soon as I get the money. I'm probably not gonna get a PS4, considering my experience with other Sony products and the PS3. And all in all, I'm probably gonna start buying games on the 360 again and start playing on Xbox Live more, cause it took me a while to realize it, but the PS3 is just mostly overhyped. It's not that good compared to, say, the 360 or obviously the PC. And the PS4 probably won't be that good either. Sure, it's going to be hyped up because of the DRM drama, but in the end, it's just going to be meh. I'm going to get an Xbox One instead. And one more thing I thought I'd throw out there. The 360 was pretty much, it was a better system overall, and more people owned one, and more game stores sold 360 games. In the end, I'm probably going to buy another Xbox. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more.